Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look here at Kadena, see what's going on, and just to preface, to let you know kind of what's up with Bitcoin, because honestly, Bitcoin is doing pretty well right now. We are up pretty decent over the last 3 or 4 trading days, making higher highs, higher lows. We're just kind of getting stopped out tentatively with the 200-day simple moving average. You can see it's pushing past it right now, but we don't know officially until this candlestick closes if we're going to be above that. But this is a very, very good sign in that sense, because it's consolidated essentially right at this resistance level. And if we can get up over 52,300 and close on the one-day chart in that area, we're going to be in very, very good shape here for Bitcoin. And obviously, the next low would need to be higher than 49,000. So we need to keep making higher highs and higher lows. We'll be in good shape. But for right now, we are progressing upwards and doing very well. So all good stuff there. Now, just before we jump into Kadena, I want you to know I'm not a financial advisor, right? I just love teaching people how to trade. I've been doing it for a very long time. I've been trading for over 15 years now. And I can tell you that I just really love this. This is my full-time job. So thanks again so much to my current members for making that a reality, but also being part of my life. I mean, it's a really amazing experience where I'm actually teaching people how to become better, more self-sufficient traders. Okay, so check that out in your own time. Of course, I'm developing a trading academy, as a matter of fact, that'll be rolled out next month to ensure that you kind of have a start to finish how to become a trader, a deep, in-depth dive on every single step of the way, right? So really cool stuff, working hard on that for you. Now, regarding KDA, we're below the 50-day simple moving average, above the 200, so kind of all well and good, normal stuff there. Something I want to note, though, is that we do have a major resistance channel up here, but also a nice, strong support establishing here. In other words, based on volume, you can kind of see right here in this rough time frame, we got the most amount of volume up here at this key level resistance, right in between about 17, actually we could say right between $16 and $18. So between 16 and 18, strong amount of volume that could work as a resistance once we get there. Obviously, we got to bridge the gap with the 50-day simple moving average as well. We'll see when we get there, of course, but for now, all in all, Kadena is in good shape because look at the strong volume accumulation right where the price action is at right now. So more volume creates more support, and in that sense, we're above that, so that could help continue to push the price action higher and keep the price coming any lower than $8.50. Okay, so I think we're in good shape there. I like the volume profile here a lot, and looking at the RSI, we're peaking up over 50 on the RSI on the one day. That's really huge. Extremely important. If we can break the resistance at about 1280, we'll be in excellent shape to go ahead and see a continuation of the upside, or just at least, at the very least, establish that as a strong support. Because you look here, though, yes, we have a nice amount of volume profile, but if you look at the amount of resistance we've seen at this level, it still can't quite break past 1250. Okay, so getting up over about 1270, 1280 would be very, very important. Keep that RSI up over 50 and keep us in good shape. We also had a MACD convergence a few days ago where the price has just slowly progressed upwards ever since. And if you're new to the MACD, it really just helps you understand what the momentum has shifted, right? So let me explain. Moving average convergence divergence is what it stands for. You see all this red here? That's essentially where the bears had control. Now, just recently, the bulls took control over the last 4 or 5 trading days, and you can see the oscillator increasing where the 12-day intersected with a 26-day exponential moving average in an upward fashion. Those are all good signs to kind of give us the indication that we're on the right side of the tracks. We're moving with the bulls and not against the bears, right? Because I teach this to everyone. Make sure you understand that you want good confirmation before you take entry. Never chase the bottom. Never try to buy the dip unless you're dollar cost averaging. That's a different story. Now, looking at the 4-hour chart, let's go ahead and see here. We're making higher highs and higher lows. This is important. We're up over the 50-day simple moving average, but here's that resistance, that 200 working its way down. That could potentially hold the price action lower, but until we pass 1280, I would say I'm not fully, I guess, I don't know, supporting the fact that Kadena is on the right side of the tracks yet. We almost have confirmation, but that's the one thing that we need to get is over that key level resistance, okay? So we got some complementing factors, it's just we're not quite there yet. But RSI is up over 50 and below 70 on the 4-hour chart. That's equally as important. So these are healthy scenarios which could cause that continuation to the upside. So I think the likelihood of Kadena, increasing past 1280 is pretty high. It's definitely there. We just don't have that full-on confirmation, and it doesn't feel official yet, right? It's not Christmas yet, if that makes any sense. In fact, for some of you, it might already be. So, Merry Christmas to you if that is the case. But for right now, it's still the eve here in the States. Now, taking a look at the 1-hour charts, let's go ahead and identify. And again, this kind of reiterates that healthy higher high and higher low pattern. That's very, very good. If we look at the Ichimoku cloud, we're seeing some conflicting information here, right? So normally you want to be able to see the price the lagging span free and clear of any price action. It's almost intersecting with that candle wick. I guess it's not super concerning because we're up over the cloud and the conversion line is still above the baseline. And if you're new to just say that Ichimoku cloud, there's 3 qualifying factors. You want the price to be above the cloud, check number 1. The conversion line to be above the baseline, check number 2. And you want this to be free and clear of any price action. So it's kind of technically above. It hasn't touched it yet. But if the price were to just say come down, then that would cause lagging span to come down, and that would tell you to go ahead and sell your position. And that's generally the concept. So we got basically 3 out of 3 indicators, or 2 out of 3 telling us we're in good shape here. So all in all, not bad, just not like phenomenal, if that makes sense. But key takeaway here is that we're at a 9, and this is something to acknowledge. We're kind of exhausted on the 1 hour time frame. So in the last 9 hours, we've experienced a significant increase. Therefore, we need to kind of be mindful of the fact that we could see the price taper off and perhaps start to make a new higher low and then come up and test that resistance level next. The key takeaway here is this next low needs to be no lower than 1133. Because if it comes down and does one of these, then we could start seeing a downward pattern. That wouldn't be good. We need to see the next lower high effectively higher than the previous low, right? That's the important thing. Those are really things you want to look at. And the cool thing is, Bitcoin is exuding that behavior right now, and coins like this are starting to take off. So I do think it's very likely, even though we're a bit on the overextended side, in the next 24, 48, even 72 hours, we'll see Kadena up over 1280. I think that's a likelihood. Most everything's telling us it's going to go that way. I'm just not convinced that we're not going to see a turnaround in the immediate future, because the micro is kind of yelling at us, telling us that we're a bit on the overextended side. And once again, when you get overextended, you just need to consolidate and try again. That's essentially what should happen. So that's kind of where we're at there. All in all, I think Kadena's in good shape. We should expect to see a continuation. Just note that we'll probably face some resistance between 16 and 1850, and that will be a key level resistance. And we'll probably have to try a few times to get through that. In other words, keep testing that resistance and break through eventually. So we'll see when we get there. For now, all good. Continue to dollar cost average if you have been already. I hope that's I've gotten that through before, because I know some of my recent analysis of Kadena was just to keep dollar cost averaging. That's really the best case scenario right now. Don't take your entire bag and put it in here right now. We don't have that full on confirmation we're on the right track, but we got most of the check boxes checked, if that makes any sense. In other words, we're probably like 7 or 8 out of 10 confirmations on the way there, if we're just to throw it out an arbitrary number. So I like what I see here so far. It's just not fully convinced that we've broken that resistance level, and until we get there, I would just recommend DCA instead of just a full-on buy low, sell high scenario with your entire bag. You should never do that in the first place, by the way. But if you are just say you have a specific trading portfolio just made for day trading, I would recommend waiting a little bit until we get that confirmation, is what I'm meaning. Otherwise, feel free to add to your position, and just we'll see you when we get up to about $16. That'll be the next major key level resistance. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. Looking forward to getting to know you better if you consider joining my community. Have a good one. Thanks again for your time. We'll see ya.